not gonna go in. Hey, my name's Joel and welcome back to T-Box Tested. Today we're gonna be doing another 9-hole course vlog while we try out these irons right here. I've got a whole bag of these new BombTech Golf 4.0 irons. They're really interesting because they're mega game improvement, meaning they're easy to hit, or they're made to be easy to hit. They got these giant cavities, these big, huge soles on the bottom, and this cool two-tone coloring system. We've tested out their wedges before, and they tested pretty good, so we thought we'd try out these irons to see if these are a good set for anybody getting started or just looking for something that's a little bit easier to hit. So the goal today is to move up from the tips a couple tee boxes and play only irons. I'm not hitting any drivers, any woods, just my putter and this set of irons, and we have the BombTech wedges with us as well to see if we can break par with these irons themselves. This is the harder side of our home golf course, the back nine, so hopefully we can do well. Let's jump in here on hole 10 and see how we do. We've got about 198 yards to that bunker on the right, so I'm just hitting a 6-iron. These are what we call juiced. They're low loft, so they're gonna go further for the numbers on them. I imagine the 6 will fly like my regular 5, but we're trying to keep it short of 190 here. So here we go. Just up the right side. Yeah, exactly what we wanted. Good strike. Gonna stay in the fairway. That should work, let's go. All right, we got 124 yards playing up to 135. I'm not really sure what my yardages are here. I would normally probably hit a 9-iron. I'm just worried that a pitching wedge is not gonna make it that far. I know these have stronger lofts, so I'm gonna try to play a little 9 because short of this green is not good. We don't wanna be short. So if I go long, you can say, told you so. We're just gonna try it out on a little upslope here. Struck it perfect. I think that's long. Maybe not. Oh, folks, she's a dart. All right, I hate when I'm wrong, but not a dart. It did actually hit a pretty good one, but look at how far back this ripped after hitting just a soft 9-iron. It is a little slope back to front, but when your divot's up here, you might have expected to take a little hop forward and then skip back a little bit, but we went 30 feet down. These irons seem to have a lot of spin on them, which is going to launch them high, and we're going to have to watch out for the rest of the round. So let's work on our lag putting. Yeah, just a little bit short, but a great line. We will take a par on this first hole. All right. All right, we're going to try to give you a varied club selection today. On that last hole, we hit a 6-iron and then a 9-iron. Now we're going to try this 4-iron where we would normally hit driver. So let's see if we can't put something low in the back of the stance and kind of chop one down there to run a little bit. And it wasn't low, but nice out to the right side of the fairway. Should kick down to the left, no problem. All right, we left ourselves with a nice angle in here. I've got 172, just a little downhill. The wind is in our face, so I want to hit 8-iron. I'm going to hit 7-iron, just a nice smooth one out there and try to draw it in. I really haven't seen these clubs jump and go a lot further than my regular clubs yet, so I'm just going to trust this and hope it's the right yardage here. Just a nice smooth one. Yeah, not drawing. Okay, so maybe I didn't need to take anything off there. It's probably just an error in judgment because I'm thinking they're gonna go farther than my regular irons and they're just not yet. All right, we're a little short here. We're gonna use the BombTech 56° to wedge, not a part of this iron set, but just gonna try to keep it consistent here. I have played a little bit with these, but not a lot. Trying to just hop it over the front part of that green and stop it pretty quickly. Yeah, bounce. Now that was a poorly played shot that worked out really well. Let's see if we can make a putt. This is a pretty easy putt. Breaking gently to the left. Nope, never high enough. Okay, little bogey. All right, this is an extreme uphill par 3. We're playing up to 158. I'm hitting an 8 iron, just trusting that this is going to go a little further than I expect it to. Fly up this hill. They've been flying pretty straight, so we'll play it straight. It's a little pull, but it's a dead straight ball. Might kick off the hill. Not sure. Should be close to pin high though. All right, we're just short of pin high here, the right spot on this hole. Just a little bump and run. I'm using a 52, kind of standing in a ditch here. See if I can run this somewhere close. Oh, just juiced it. That ball just jumped out of that rough straight downhill. Never had a chance. Should have flopped something, but got this putt here to save par. No, too hard. Okay, so after 3 holes, I am struggling a little bit to get the feel for these clubs. Misjudged my distance on the second hole that we played, and really the wedges are causing me the most trouble around the greens, chipping, even though that's not a part of this set. But I think overall, these irons have a really thick top line, which does inspire a lot of confidence, but as you can see on this 4 iron, looks really long and narrow. That club face does not feel very big. So I wouldn't guess higher handicap golfers are going to use a 4 iron, but even 4 and 5 are probably irons that anybody over a 20 handicap should never use. But these seem to have a really small face when you're standing out over them. So we're gonna hit another long iron here, see if I can do better at kind of driving one down. But overall, the longer irons have not been the easiest to hit so far. Okay, we're back into the sun, which is my nemesis. I hate hitting into the sun. I'm gonna try to hit another kind of running 4 iron here, leave us a wedge down over the hill. But let's see if we can't get this one going a little bit better than we have the first couple swings. Oh, that was beautiful. Felt good, looked good. Right edge of the fairway, never saw it finish, but I will say, I like to work the ball, I like to hit a draw. It feels almost impossible with these clubs. They're gonna fly straight, which means that's good if you're having a hard time slicing the ball. There's a little bit of an offset, so I think that's gonna help a lot too. All right, one more shot into the sun, then we get to turn around. I've got 145. I'm gonna hit a 9 iron here. I feel like I'm starting to get a feel for these irons just a little bit more. You can hit down on them a little bit because they're gonna fly out a lot more than most irons that I've played with in the last year. So let's just hit something right at the pin here. Feels good, can't really see it. I think it's just left of the pin. Yeah, that hit the back of the green and spun really far back. I think it's close to the pin, but still a little long. All right, this is what I like to see here. Great distance control. And I saw this go all the way back to the back fringe. I'm gonna see if I can find my divot here, my pitch mark. I don't see it. It might have been right here off the edge, but a lot of spin. Actually, I think this is it right here. I think I landed it a good 5 yards long and it sucked back off the fringe all the way back to here. So really spinny irons. Our best look at birdie. If I don't start making some of these, we might turn this into a break 40 challenge instead of a try to shoot par. All right, this one's downhill, doesn't break a lot, so speed should not be the issue. Just kind of put it on line and let it go. Here we go. There she, oh, I thought she was in. Clean it up. Yeah, just barely. Hey, if you're interested in these BombTech wedges, I'll leave a link down in the description. And if you're enjoying this video, leave me a thumbs up because that really does help. All right, about 4 holes in, and my opinion of these irons is changing and morphing every single hole. I found them really easy to hit on the range, but when we got out on the course, I just felt like my natural tendency was to swing easier with them. So now that I'm kind of ramping it up and doing my normal swing, I think they're flying a lot better. They've flown really straight. I mean, like extremely straight. I normally try to play a little draw with my long irons. I can't even get these things to draw. They're just going dead straight. So that, again, that is a really good sign for high handicappers. Anybody just looking to eliminate a slice or a draw out of their life, something like this is really gonna help. But let's see how we do on this par 5. I'm gonna play up and hit another long iron, try to get home in 2. You ever wonder why people play so fast when they're behind you and so slow when they're in front of you? I mean, these two guys were on us on the second hole. We let them play through, and we have waited forever, every single time. Even though we're slow, we're filming, we're taking our time. They're just a lot slower when they're in front of us. I bet that's the way it feels every time you let somebody play through, isn't it? All right, this is a par 5 that goes left. We got to get around the corner. So the goal here is to get one to turn. We haven't been able to get one to turn yet. So just going to try to work one to the left. See what we can do. Yeah, it worked left. It was fat. It's going to be just fine though. Top of the hill. We're not getting there in 2, but we're going to have a nice, easy little layup. All right, I want to get a longer club into this green so we can test these irons, not the wedges. So I'm going to lay up with just a 7 iron. And I thought I'd just point out that when you get to a 7 iron, you get a much more pleasing size of a face compared to those long irons. I don't look down at the 7 iron and think it looks skinny, but some of those longer irons I do. So just a 7 iron layup, hoping to leave like pitching wedge or 9 iron so we can hit that. Just over the hill. Oh, now that is a pure strike. Maybe the best feel I've seen on one all day. I like that feeling. All right, I have not hit these wedges very well today, and I got too close again. 100 yards in, I'm gonna hit a 56. Got a little backstop on the back. Hopefully I can just spin one and get it to stop, because we need a birdie. Missed it on the last hole. We need one on this hole. Oh, it looks great. Come on back. That is just a hair too long and it hung up on the top tier. Oh, it was so good. So I thought we hit a great shot. Didn't understand why it was long. Thought I hit a 56 and looked down, 52. Folks, make sure you have the right club in your hand. My gosh, if it doesn't land here, but it lands right there, it rolls straight back to the hole. We would have been tight, but nonetheless, we got to deal with it. Human error is a part of this game. Now we're just trying to lag something up close. This putt should move a fair amount to the right off this slope. Downhill. I crushed it. This is 200 yards down to 182, it says. I'm hitting a 7 iron. We'll see if we get it there. But beautiful little hole. See if we can just hang it out over the fat part of the green and bring it back to the pin. And hang it out we did. It's going to the right side of the green, maybe. All right, well, you can see by where my ball finished that my problem today has been these irons are just not going as far as I thought they would. I'm playing them maybe 5 to 7 yards longer than my player's irons, but they're not going that much further even with stronger lofts. So I wouldn't believe that they go that much further, really. Probably should have hit a 6 iron here. Got a 52. We're just going to try to bump this up there, get something close, get out of here with a 3 would be great. Pretty good. Boy, that was a really bad break off the fringe. Carried a foot further, it would have been close. And this is the point in the video when I say it's all about the irons. The score doesn't matter, because that's how I feel. Yeah. All right, we got our trusty 4 iron out here. I've hit it 3 or 4 times now. I'm starting to get used to it. I actually was able to get it to draw on that last par 5, so let's see if we can do that again. This is a 3-shot hole, so we're just playing for position, basically. Oh, that's a beautiful, high, straight ball. Should cover the bunker, be on the right side of the fairway, ready to lay up. All right, so we found the right rough because that ball didn't draw. I don't want to hit another 56 degree into this green because we're trying to test out these irons. So I'm going to lay up with a 9 iron here. Should stay in the fairway. It does. Got about 135 yards up the hill adjusted. So I want to hit a pitching wedge and just see how it does. That's just a dead straight ball. Good for distance, but kind of pushed it out there straight. Probably have a 40-foot putt. So I'm going to say 2 things that you're probably going to get sick of me saying. These irons spin a ton. That was a super easy standard pitching wedge, spun back 20 feet off the front of the green. And if you're looking for workability, these are not your clubs. And I realize the average golfer is not looking for workability, but these clubs are really hard to turn over. I've missed a lot of shots out to the right because I like to work the ball right to left, and that's a hard habit to get off of. But yeah, that's really good if you're trying to stop a slice, stop a big draw, hit it straight. But just expect these things to spin like crazy, because they are. All right, I've had hammer hands all day, so this should be great uphill for a 50-footer. Got a little hump right in front of me, but I'm going for it anyway. Should probably chip this ball, but not today, folks. Is that gonna go in? I mean, sometimes when it's your day, it's your day. Yeah, thanks. All right, a couple holes left here. Let's just hit a nice, easy 5 iron off to the left side of this fairway. Little wedge in. Yeah, it's a little left. Should be okay. All right, I tried to lay back and have a real iron in. We succeeded. We have 144 down the hill. Problem is, it's setting up on this tuft of grass. I'm hitting a 9 iron. Let's see if I can catch it right. Short of this green is dead. Let's see if I can just get a little past that pin. Pretty well struck. Maybe a little too far to the left. Yep. Missed 15 feet left and you're off the green. All right, in honor of the British Open, I'm going to show you how to use a pitching wedge down here. At least I hope I'm going to show you, because I've never really played this shot with a pitching wedge. It's an impossible place to be. We got our distance right. We just came all the way down this hill because it's a very small portion of the green. So going to bump this pitching wedge into the hill. Hopefully it pops up right next to the hole. Too much. Come down off that hill. Maybe just a little. All right, that jumped way more than I thought, so we got about 20 feet for par. We're really tearing it up in this round. But hey, Magic Eraser could do it again here. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, folks. That's a par. All right, while we're still waiting on the 18th tee, let me just say thanks for watching this far into the video. And if you're not already, subscribe. Any final thoughts I have about these irons are simple. I think for higher handicappers, they're really gonna help you get that ball up into the air and fly straighter. They don't seem to give you much of a distance advantage, and these longer irons seem a little thin, but my suggestion would be, if you're over 15 handicap, take this 4 iron out, take the 5 iron out, start at a 6 iron, work your way down. Those work really good. My favorite club in this entire set is that pitching wedge. It looks beautiful down over the ball, a nice size, but we've hit quite a few of these 4 irons off the tee, and it's really hard to do anything but hit them straight. So we got one more tee shot here. We're gonna see if we can't par, because we've been on an amazing run of good scoring with bad golfing. So let's see if we can finish that up. Yeah, that's another dead straight ball. Might fall in that bunker. Don't do that. Oh, she kicked left. We're out. Let's go. This is absolutely my favorite time to be out on the golf course. There's not that many people out here. The sun is setting. You can listen to the birds. You can listen to the crickets and the frogs come out. All the shadows everywhere. I get philosophical in these moments because it really is the best time to golf. So if you haven't golfed in the evening lately, or been the last person on the golf course lately, you should try it. Look at this boy. Did we hit our final fairway, or did we hit our final fairway by an inch, no less. I'll take it. I'll take it every day of the week. All right, we're playing up to about 150 yards here. I'm gonna hit an easy 8-iron so we can get it somewhere left of the flag without trying too hard. One more good approach shot. Oh, it's in the right spot. Be the distance. And now, if it feeds right to the pin, we could have a close one. Let's go see. All right, that is just a little disappointing. Hit the perfect distance right where I wanted, and it set a foot from its divot instead of feeding down the hill. So we're gonna have a fast putt down this hill, and hopefully we can just lag it down there, tap it in for par, and go home. This putt is going to swing to the right. Just a tap. Way too hard. Stop. As always, thank you for watching. And when you don't take your time on your short putts, you typically make them. So my name's Joel, and I'll see you in the next review.